we are hearing different reaction from local lawmakers about these clashes between protesters and law enforcement. Congresswoman Young Kim said on social media peaceful protests are a right, but crime, hate, and violence are unacceptable and un-American.
We're joined by Congresswoman Kim right now. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. We appreciate your time. We'll dive in here. Your constituents are largely in Riverside, Orange, and San Bernardino counties. Can you talk a little bit about what do you make of President Trump's decision to deploy the National Guard to LA without the governor or the mayor of Los Angeles' request? I think the representative is having trouble hearing us. Representative, do you hear us?
I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear us. Okay, well, thank you for being with us. We just were asking you, your constituents are largely in Riverside, Orange, and San Bernardino counties. Can you just talk a little bit about what you make of President Trump's decision to deploy the National Guard to Los Angeles without the governor or mayor asking for it, and what you're hearing from your constituents this morning?
Sure. First of all, I think it's really important to understand that the federal, immigration enforcement started by ICE to go after those people with criminal records and also those individuals that had the deportation orders being already issued against them. And so we have known that the ICE officers will be in large cities, including Los Angeles, as we've seen. And the protest started last Friday, which started out peacefully, which, every people have a constitutional right to have a peaceful protest. But it turned into, over time, a more violent, and that's, committing acts of crimes on the street are unacceptable. People are protesting in designated areas with permits. That's acceptable. But what we're seeing right now, the images that we're seeing, people throwing rocks at cars and including at police cars, setting streets on fire, these are un-American and unacceptable. So obviously, since the protest started last Friday, it was very clear that the situation was not being contained. So local law enforcement need help because they are addressing this issue, and this is a federal immigration enforcement. So I believe it was, appropriate for the president to send in the federal National Guard. So sending National Guard was not targeted at peaceful protesters. This was to contain rioters, people setting streets on fire, throwing rocks at cars and shoving police officers. So that's why I believe we need every help that we can get and bring the backup to contain the situation and do it as soon as possible.
Sure. There's a lot of unrest happening here. Of course, our governor and many of our local leaders are saying that it's because President Trump brought in the National Guard, which created all of this unrest. I understand you think the blame belongs on the Biden administration.
Well, for over time, the Biden administration has created this unlawful mess because of their failed policies, but it was more exacerbated by the state and local very soft on crime policies we've seen. And thankfully, we have changed that with the election last cycle. And so hopefully we'll see more law and order. That's what we want. We need, what's happening right now, I feel for the innocent civilians in Los Angeles as the city is set on fire. They need protection. So I blame California's soft on crime and out of touch policy.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Representative Kim.
Thank you for having me.
On the other side now, LA congressional representative and Democrat Jimmy Gomez is raising concern over the president's use of the National Guard. He said on social media, there's no unmet need, and this will only escalate tensions and erode public trust. We'll, of course, continue to have these conversations throughout the morning.